Buonasera, I'm Christopher Stewart. Now some people may look at me, look at the series and say, Chris, I don't understand. You're trying to get an agent and yet you're constantly trashing agents. Well, there's a reason for that. It has nothing to do with them personally. It has nothing to do with any particular agency. It has more to do with the misunderstandings over the years. And those misunderstandings are going to continue unless you finally make them understand what they need to understand. Okay? Some people would ask, why is it that everything failed? Well, I'll tell you. Okay? I'll tell you right now quite easily. The biggest problem with agents in the industry is agents don't have theater degrees. Agents have business degrees, finance degrees, law degrees. They don't have degrees in theater, so they don't even know what they're looking at. Okay? Now, if you were to sit there and say, well, what did Tom Cruise do wrong when he was approaching agents trying to get you represented? Well, very easy. He showed them Black Sunday. Why is that a problem? Let me explain. If I took a spattering of agents, okay, doesn't matter their particular opinions. If I took a spattering of agents from CAA, WME, ICM, UTA, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a few questions. Just indulge me. Let me ask you a few questions. And they said, okay. If you're looking to represent somebody, what in particular do you look for? Tell me an example of a performance that would get your attention. Show me an example of a performance that would allow you to represent somebody. And they'd sit back and they'd start quoting performances like, say, Gregory Peck in Moby Dick, Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca. And they would go from actress and actor and they would explain, and they would mention actors and actresses that they represent. And they would tell performances of that particular actor or that particular actress that got them noticed. And I'd say, there's a problem with this. First of all, you are looking at it from a commercial standpoint. You are saying, what can I sell? Okay? So you're taking only a specific performance of that artist, which means most artists you won't even look at because you don't think you can sell it. And they'd say, well, that's generally what we do. And I'd say, now, what does every single one of these performances have in common? And they'd say, they're all Oscar winners. No. That is not what they have in common. What every single one of these performances has in common is they are all Best Actor or Best Actress award. Do you never represent a Best Supporting Actor? And their jaw would hit the floor. A rude agent might say, well, if you're just a supporting actor and you got an award for Best Supporting, then you're working your way up to a Best Actor. So I'll wait until you get a Best Actor. Okay? They don't understand how theater works. Not everybody can be Henry V in Henry V. Not everybody can be Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. There has to be some other part in the play. You're not always going to have the lead. And people sit there and go, but all of the people that we represent always get the leads. We only represent the leads of every part. That's how show business works. That's not how plays work. Okay? You have to be able to represent the actors in the production. And the production takes many different forms. There are many movies today in which you can't actually tell who the lead actually is, because there's so many characters that are technically the lead. Okay? If you pick up one of the Mission Impossible movies that have been done recently, you see Tom Cruise and a bunch of other actors and actresses. Now, everyone would say that Tom is the lead of the cast, but in most cases, because of the number of supporting actors in the production, everybody's taking the lead. Because they're all using Rorschach as a style of acting, everybody is taking a lead. And there's actually very little support going on because everybody's being more of a lead. Which is actually, it's not a bad thing, but it's the actual truth of what you see in movies today. So you can't technically say that you don't ever represent a supporting actor. And some of these actors are represented by CAA, WME, or UTA, or whatever the heck, top 4 or 5. Okay? So you have to look at it from that perspective. Now, when Tom went around with people, he showed them my supporting roles, which was the mistake. Because they're not going to represent a supporting actor. Now, everything I am about to show you received an award for Best Supporting Actor. And that's just an award, an Oscar. Not necessarily an American Oscar, a British Golden Anvil Bee, a British Silver Hammer, Italian Golden Mars. Every role you're about to see received an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Oh well, sorry. Looks like I can't upload all of my demo reels. I mean, I probably could deal with the copyright notices of sitting there going, well, technically it's me. You can't actually copyright me. But I don't want to even deal with it. But I did want to keep the first part of this because what I'm saying is actually very important. So I'll just keep going with this, and I'll keep going with lectures and that kind of thing. But most of my demo reels are available on IMDB anyway. So no worries.